What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prize Picks NFL player props video. This one going to be breaking down, giving you guys two picks that you win some money over here on Prize Picks for this NFL Thursday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Excited to get into it. Already released an MLB video today. If you have not subscribed, hit the notification bell to the channel. Make sure you do so. We've been on quite a roll with those MLB videos. We are now on a 20-8 run after going 2-0 again last night. So check out that video if you haven't already. Just released that. And if you enjoy the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I'll be helping you guys out with these videos for free all NFL season long. We started off the NFL season with a nice 2-0 video on the Thursday Night Football matchup in Week 1. Last video, our picks were looking pretty good, honestly, until Josh Allen just decided to turn into a turnover machine. I mean, I don't know what happened. He fumbled the football on the snap. Everything just kind of went downhill at the end there. Dalvin Cook just barely coming up shy of his fantasy score. Josh Allen would have had a few more rush attempts on the kneel down at the end of the game. It was looking quite good, and then it just went to a disaster because of Josh Allen's turnovers. But we're looking to get two right in this one. If you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, you can sign up today and use the promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. And if you haven't checked out the premium content package, you're looking for more content from me, you're like, this guy knows what he's talking about, I want more content, all my tickets, all sports, would highly recommend you check out the premium content packages. That will be linked below in the description. I'll also be commenting it with how to be able to sign up over there. It's a great time to sign up because we got the football action going on, NFL, college football, baseball, WNBA, all going on at once. We'll have NBA here before we know it. So great time to sign up over there. But let's get into it. Let's give you these two picks that I'm liking so far on the Prize Picks board for this Thursday Night Football matchup, and we will break it down by first talking about the total. This game comes in with a 49.5 over under. It is a 6.5 point spread in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Eagles are favored in this one pretty massively, a 275 money line. It makes sense. It's in Philadelphia. The Vikings are going to have to come in on the road and try to upset the Philadelphia Eagles in their house. And with this game script, with the Eagles expected to go up big, I do expect the Eagles to get ahead early and the Vikings to have to play from behind. And it's for that reason I do want to be talking about a Kirk Cousins prop that I think we could take advantage of in that game script scenario. Looking at Kirk Cousins' passing grades, took on Philadelphia in Week 2 last year as well. We look at how he did in that game, wildly inefficient, had a terrible game as far as an efficiency aspect. His worst game on the entire year, 51.7 pass grade, 53.3 offensive grade, 66.4 run grade, 33.3 as far as the fumbles. So he was giving up the ball, turnovers, fumbles, did not throw the ball efficiently. But you know what he did do in that matchup? He did throw the ball 46 times. And I think that we're going to see that again from him. We saw him throw 40-plus times many times last year. You see 46, 41, 38, 41, 40, 50, 37, 41, 54, 48. This is an offense that does rely on the pass quite frequently, and if they're going to get behind in this game, they're going to have to throw to try to catch up, which is the anticipated game script here. Like I said, Eagles being a 275 favorite, the 28 implied team total, Minnesota only having a 21.5 team total. Do you think that Kirk Cousins and the Vikings are going to get behind the road and they're going to have to throw? We are getting some pretty good value on the Kirk Cousins pass attempts prop over here on Prize Picks. As far as the latest line, he's at 37.5. He's cleared this in each of the last 2 times, 39 and 44 pass attempts respectively, 3 of the last 5. And I'm anticipating that he's able to do so again in this matchup. Like I said, I think the Vikings are going to get behind in this game, have to throw to try to make an attempt to come back. Last year, I pulled up the numbers in this same matchup. It was a similar situation. And like I said, he had a terrible game from an efficiency aspect, but he threw the ball 46 times. I'm thinking we're going to see a very similar result here. 27 completions. He only had a 58.7% completion percentage. But we don't care. We're targeting the attempts prop. You know, he doesn't have to be efficient. He just has to throw the ball a lot. And I think he's going to have to because I think his team's going to get behind and have to play from behind the entire time pretty much here in Philadelphia against a very good Eagles team in this matchup on Thursday Night Football. So not to mention, lastly, good value on Pinnacle. Minus 141 on the over on Pinnacle, 37.5 pass attempts. Love that. We're getting that value. Wouldn't be surprised to see this prop get bumped, so get it in as soon as you can for pick number 1 here. We are rocking with the over 37.5 pass attempts here for Kirk Cousins. Broke it down, talked about the efficiency. I certainly don't want to be relying on him to be efficient in this game with that Eagles defense being as good as they are, but I think we could see a very similar thing to what we saw last year from Kirk Cousins, where he just has to sling it against this Eagles team being down. think he throws the ball, 40-plus times here. And like I said, we're getting good value with that -141 juice on Pinnacle on the over 37.5 pass attempts. So that will be pick number 1, over 37.5 pass attempts for Kirk Cousins. And then pick number 2, running it back on the other side of this game. Got another prop that I would like to discuss. On the Eagles side, and it is going to be the tight end for the Eagles in Mr. Dallas Goedert, who's a very talented tight end and had 0 receptions in week 1. Eagles went into Foxborough in New England. The weather really wasn't the prettiest. They really didn't get their passing offense going in that game. I'm expecting a much different result here from the Eagles in this one. Like I said, that huge 28 implied team total, that comes in as one of the top totals on the entire slate. If we're breaking down the entire slate, because Eagles are 28. The Bills have 28.25, so that's the only team that's over them, I believe, on the entire week. But I just want to make sure here that I'm not lying to you guys. Yep. So the Eagles have the second highest implied team total on the entire week, outside of the Buffalo Bills, who edged them by 0.25, quarter of a point in the expected points. So expecting them to put up some numbers in this one. Jalen Hurts, a fantastic passer that's come a long way in his passing. Through his time in the NFL last year, 4th best quarterback with an 83.8 pass grade. That's trailing only Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. So we know Jalen Hurts is legit. Came into the league known as a runner, but the passing has been fantastic. Last year in this matchup, he came away with a 90.4 pass grade in a game where he threw 31 times, 26 completions. And the tight end, Dallas Goedert, did not get involved in week 1. Already has been reports of the Eagles not being happy with that. They're expected to target him a lot more, as they should, because he's one of the best tight ends in the entire NFL. 6th best last year in the receiving grade with an 83.5 receiving grade. Fantastic in the drop category. Only an 87.7 drop grade for Dallas Goedert, which is top 5, which is fantastic. And another thing I want to bring up for him is his yards after catch. He has the ability not only to catch the ball, but to create after the catch. You look at these game logs. 55 yards after the catch in week 1 last year, 52 yards after the catch, 31, 70, 72, 30, 31. So Dallas Goedert, not only can he catch the ball, run good routes, but he can also create after the catch. And I do like his receiving yards prop on Prizepicks because we're getting some really good value on it. This same matchup last year against Minnesota, I'm just using this as a reference, guys. Don't be looking at the last time they played and just relying on that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just referencing it here to kind of let you guys know how he did last year. He was targeted 6 times, 5 receptions, 82 yards through the air for Dallas Goedert. 16.4 yards per reception in this same matchup versus this Minnesota Vikings squad. And I'm expecting him to have some success here in this matchup on Thursday Night Football. And for that reason, want to be targeting his receiving prop. Not to mention, we are getting some really good value on a discount on Prizepicks. He's at 43.5 right now on Prizepicks for his receiving yard prop. And on Pinnacle, his line is at 44.5 with juice on the over. So we're getting a 1-yard discount here on Prizepicks. He's favored to go over at 44.5 as is. So the fact that we're getting that 1-yard discount is beautiful. And the reports from Coach Nick Sirianni, he was not impressed with the lack of involvement from Dallas Goedert in week 1. Just to bring that up for you guys, I think they're really going to try to get this guy the ball early and often. Is another thing I'm really on this prop. Weather limited the Eagles' offensive game plan to a relatively conservative approach, left Goedert lacking targets. Nick Sirianni specifically addressed Goedert's lack of involvement after the game, saying we can't go game without getting Goedert the football. So Dallas Goedert, a guy that had success last year against the same Minnesota team, a guy that can really create after the catch. Like I said, his yards after catch metrics are fantastic. And a guy that's favored to go over at 44.5 on Pinnacle. We're getting him at 43.5. I think this is a fantastic prop to be targeting over here on Prizepicks for this Thursday Night Football matchup. So for pick number 2, we're going with the over 43.5 receiving yards for Dallas Goedert. Got a few things going on for him. I think this Eagles offense is really going to go out and show their passing game in this one. That's the last thing that I will mention. That's their biggest advantage in this game. They have a 33% pass block advantage, does this Philadelphia O-line, -5 run block percentage, and Kenneth Gainwell also possibly expected not to go in this one. A guy that was the top running back for this Eagles offense in week 1 that ran 14 times, expected to possibly be out, trending in the wrong direction. I think we're going to see this Eagles offense really air it out in this matchup, try to pass the ball a lot. It all starts with Dallas Goedert in this bounce-back week. Sirianni not happy with him not getting the ball week 1. I think he's going to get the ball a lot in this matchup for this showdown. So that's going to be pick number 2, and that will be my 2 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NFL for this Thursday night football matchup, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out Prizepicks, check them out today. Use the promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. And if you want access to all my picks, get access to these picks before I release them to the public and a whole lot more, check out the premium content packages that will be linked below in the description. Best of luck on your Prizepicks NFL Thursday Night Football player props, and we will see you in the next one.